All right, ladies and gents, we're back with another book chat on Sixwell Radio. And for your kind consideration, you can catch us on YouTube, Audioboom, iTunes, and Facebook. Although Facebook, I'm kind of slow on. I get lazy on Facebook, sorry people. And today, we are reviewing Lightbringer 2, The Blinding Knife. What a name, man. But before that, let me introduce you to my co-host and my guest. As usual, you can usually find her nestled in a bed with comforter, with those magical, fantastical books. She's the fantastical wench, Ritu Lalit.
Fantastical wench. I like that.
And as usual, I'm boring Ishaan Lalit.
And I'm the fantastical wench.
Yes. So, The Blinding Knife by Brent Weeks. As in the previous book, Gavin Guile is dying again. Only this time, he's got a ear. Now, okay. Let's start. What did you think of the book?
I thought it was an improvement on the first book.
Agreed.
And because he's done away with all the descriptions, and thank God he doesn't do it, like most people do series. They spend a whole lot of space explaining the system again. He didn't do that. He just started.
Yes, I agree with that. It is much better than the first book. But didn't you find this book lacking somewhere? She fell in love with the book, right? You fell in love with this whole series.
Yeah. It's the first series I'm reading of Brent Weeks, and I think I will read more books of him.
Yes, okay. But okay, let me be honest over here. There are portions of this book I love. His description about when Kip goes to a library and they tell him that they're printing books rather than writing it. His description is amazing. Let me read out something from Brent Weeks for you. Strange, there was no personality to it. He's talking about books. No human hand had scribbled these lines. It was lifeless, everything the same. No extra space after a difficult sentence to give a reader time to grapple with the implications. No space in margins for notes or illuminations. No particular care taken on a memorable line or a passage to highlight it for the tired reader. Only naked ink and the unfeeling stamp of some mechanical roller. Look, I go like, the writer is brilliant. Although, and the magic system is excellent. And yet, the book fails to captivate me. And I can only blame that on the story.
No, I think you did not empathize with any character.
I was empathizing with Kip for a while.
Yeah, Kip is the character in development. Huh?
Yeah.
He and that god-awful girl live.
Yes, on the other side, yeah.
On the other side. They are the characters in development. It is their growth.
Yes.
And Gavin is an ass.
Right. Gavin or Dazen, whatever you want to call it. Gavin / Dazen, Charles Xavier / Professor X, whatever.
But I thought the good thing about this book, or the win-win, was the relationship between Andros Kyle and Grimwoody.
I even like the relationship between Andros Guile and Kip. There was grudging respect there.
Yes.
Okay, but the way it ended, I did not first of all, I do not like absolute cliffhangers. It's like, all right, fine. I bought this book. You do not have to, manipulate me into buying another one. If I like it, I will buy another one. I think the reader did that there. One thing, I do not like this about TV series either, or any movie, okay? But it should be a standalone fact. This book was pretty long itself, and then they leave you at a cliffhanger, which I didn't like. Another point, another star to take away is the war sequences are excellent. Build on that. Build on that. There is no resolution to anything. It's just like, oh God, here, more mess.
He's like, these characters are all leading lives of their own. And I mean, where their lives intersect, there are fights, there is bonding or whatever. But what I liked was, he's got more colors.
In what sense do you mean?
Tia.
Okay, I thought you meant magic.
Yeah, Tia has this something that goes beyond sub-red, below sub-red, into parallel.
Yes.
I love Tia. I love the entire spook, spy, sleuth system. It's so amazing.
I drew parallels to this book with that other book I have read. Those I'll tell you the name of the books, and I found these books lacking.
Which book is this? Now you've given me another book to read.
No. I think you've read these books. I'll tell you the name of that. Codex Alera, Jim Butcher.
No, I haven't read Codex Alera. It's on my to-read list.
It deals with the same problems, only people take sides. People actually do something about it. People actually there are slaves. So there are slaves rebelling. Okay? Over here, slaves are just conforming.
No, they
a
are.
powerful slave as Tia is conforming. All right. And so I find those kind of things a little problematic in this series. Codex Alera dealt with these. It had a Roman system. It had slaves. It had magic. It had an alien threat, almost very similar. Okay, not similar, but I found their threat, Jim Butcher's Codex Alera threat, more scary. And again, we go from a kid who's left alone and finds out that he is the next emperor. And same as this book. And there are times I go like, that was brilliant. And in fact, I will go and reread it and most probably try to review this for you guys. Because this book I found lukewarm. Although, here's the thing. I love the author. I love the writing. I hate the story.
I love the story. I find it very real. I mean, if Tia rebelled, these people know where her family is. These people also know they have got her incriminated by stealing stuff. So she doesn't have any place to go. So as a sensible person, she will actually try to build on her strength. So I find this book very realistic in that way. I love the politics. It's as dirty and as disgusting as it should be. And the cliffhangers, yes. Because, I was short of sleep and I finished reading The Blinding Knife. And I actually went and bought The Broken Eye. And I started it because the cliffhanger... and you know what?
The what got you? What got you really put me off. I was like, I don't need to do this. I'm not enjoying it. I don't need to do this.
I actually did read The Broken Eye and I'm so irritated because the fourth one is not out.
It's supposed to be out next month, right?
Yes.
So, you read The Broken Eye. We'll do Broken Eye separately. Well, let's just conclude this, okay? So, how many stars would you give it?
4.5.
Oh, wow. 4.5.
See, there are 3 storylines. There is the Kip storyline, there is the Gavin storyline, and then there is the Liv storyline. Okay, with the color prince who's giving a whole lot of Marxist bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all people are equal. Actually, he is more equal than the others. The Liv cannot see it. I foresee a nasty thing coming for her. Okay, the Gavin. Okay, Gavin. Mercifully, they didn't do much of Gavin. He's a pompous asshole. And then there is the Kip and the entire bonding thing with his squad that's going on. And of course, I love the Andros Kip episodes and the Nine Kings game. It's amazing. This old man is actually teaching him how to survive in politics.
Yeah, okay.
That I absolutely loved.
All right. Whatever, man. It's okay. I'll give it 2.5.
Come on, 3.
2.5. 2. I'll take half a star away for the fangirl. I didn't like it. I didn't like the difference over here is that there is nobody rebelling. Over there, there are whole towns going at it, going like, F the bloody politicians, throw them out, kill them. So I find that much better, and I find their sequences. I remember their fight sequences, their war more fondly. So that's my take. Anything to add?
Codex Alera, huh? That's spoiled this book for you. Okay.
Jimbo Show, isn't it?
I'll finish this series and then I'll read Codex Alera.
All right. When you do it, we'll review it. Anything to add? Anything to talk about? Anything you want to leave the readers with for this book? Or we can wrap it?
We can wrap it because you are so uninspired by this book that we can't do much about it.
Really? I can't. See, people, sometimes things don't work out for me. All right.
But I find it an excellent book.
I find the writing
and
good.
I find the improvement from the first book to this amazing. The story moves forward.
I titled the first video, or I titled one of my tweets like this: how can you love and hate a book at the same time? It's simple. You can love the writing, hate the book, hate the story. That's how you do it. And that's what I'm going to leave it with. I'm totally uninspired by this book. Sorry. All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Ishaan Lalit. She's Ritu Lalit. And
I'm the nerdy wench.
Fantastical wench. All right. And we'll catch you next time.